some, in the absence of anybody from any public officials' offices, Brendan Kearney from Walk Boston, who you may remember presented to us a couple of months ago, actually sent me a notice that there is a North End construction update meeting. Some of you may already know about this, but it is Thursday, June 15th, 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. here at the Mazzaro Center, and it's going to be information about Connect Historic Boston, Elliott School construction, Boston Water and Sewer Commission, North Square reconstruction, and more. That's a little scary, but in any event, if anybody is interested in that, and I'm sure there are many who are, it's June 15th, Thursday night, 6 to 7:30 here. Okay. I would also like to mention Joanne Hayes-Rhines, who many of you know well, had contacted me, and she has been, you've probably all heard by now about the terrible accident at the corner of, at the Commercial and Lewis Street intersection. And she has been working very hard to get the city to respond in some concrete ways. The city has done a few things, but I think that there is probably going to be a need for some more advocacy on this issue. And if people have some suggestions on what can be done there, I think we'd be interested in hearing it. And I think we will also be interested in supporting Joanne and the people that she's working with and doing whatever is necessary there. And I don't know.
She wasn't the victim of the accident.
No, she was not. But she has kind of taken up the gauntlet, so to speak, to really push for some changes there. And I don't know if there's anyone who has any particular suggestions or any comments or anything, but I think we can all agree that something has to be done there. I mean, it's been so bad for so long. So.
There was a police officer stationed there the last 7 days, but obviously that's not going to last forever. So.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for the President's Report for this month. Going to go to Robin Reed from Parks and Open Spaces.
Hi, everyone. Just some quick events to talk about. The Prado and the improvements that are being discussed and scheduled, the scope of the work, which is drainage, accessibility, and restoration of the fountain, and the monument and the trees. There is a meeting scheduled for June, but they haven't specified what date or time or where yet. That I'm sure will be on the Parks and City websites when they do decide on a date for that, and neighborhood support is always welcome for that. Our Parks and Open Spaces group that's working on the tree inventory continues to work on installing tree cages on Hanover Street for the newly planted trees. We've been able to get one in front of CBS up and staying for longer than a day and a half because they were coming down through the foot traffic. So we've gotten that one up. The next one is the one in front of the gelateria, and we're going to continue down the street. And we are currently monitoring how the trees are being handled on Commercial Street with all the construction going on. So we're watching that, but not saying anything yet. In Christopher Columbus Park, there are 2 events that you should know about. On Sunday, June 25th, there is opera in the park at 4 p.m. And on Saturday, July 1st, there's an Independence Day celebration from 12 to 4. And back at the Prado, there's a free summer concert series hosted by NEMPAC. And that's going to be wonderful. It's on Thursdays in July. So please look on the website for that. That's going to be wonderful. And you might have seen that the zip line on the Greenway has opened. So take advantage of that.
Have you tried it yet?
I have not. And the Parks and Open Spaces meets the first Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. at the Mariner's House. If anyone is interested in improving or retaining open spaces in the neighborhood, please join us. There is no July meeting though, that is July 4th. That's the first Monday, so we will be meeting in August. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. We're going to have Victor Bromia with the CLC.
This is very quick, Mary and friends, because there would have been a CLC meeting the 30th of May, but there were no items to discuss, so there was no meeting. Consequently, there were no voting items on today's NEWRA meeting. And I thought up until 3 o'clock this afternoon that there would be no meeting this month. However, I got an email from Bill Ferrullo, Attorney Ferrullo, pardon me, that number 32 Charter Street has appealed to the Board of Appeals to expand a first floor residential unit into the basement. The concerning is that it involves the addition. It is now a 3-bedroom, 1-bath apartment. It will become a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath apartment. And I asked Attorney Ferrullo, agreed. I would suggest that your client may want to explain the marketing reason behind providing a 3-bedroom residential unit on the first floor and basement with 3.5 baths. I expect that questions may be raised regarding the apparent adaptability of the unit to multi-student housing. Multi-student
Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Well, 3.5 bedroom, 3.5 baths and 3 bedrooms. It seems to me that they may need to be friends.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
4 students per bedroom. Well, anyway, let's say that is the conclusion of the CLC report.
Thank you, Victor. We now have volunteer organization Step Below.
Also a short report, we are looking for volunteers to help organize our summer party, which is typically held in August, although dates haven't been set yet, so that would be the first responsibility of whoever puts their name on the sheet. So I'm going to start passing it around, and I've made a note, if you're willing to chair the committee, please put an asterisk by your name. So with that, I guess the next on the list is the public safety report.
David Mark.
David, would you start that around?
Sure. So just start passing.
Good evening. Great turnout tonight. Unfortunately, I was unable to make last month's public safety meeting because of work. That sometimes does happen. But Matt Conti attended, and he wrote up a really comprehensive report. Year to date in this district, A1, crime incidents are up 2% over last year. And over the last month, there was 1 robbery, 1 aggravated assault, 1 break-in, and 4 larcenies. I'm sure you know about the Tall Ships event that's coming up, as it happens every summer. It's being classified by the police as a high-risk event, equivalent to Super Bowl-type security, because the police presence will be high, with screening areas on the wharf side of Commercial Street and Atlantic Avenue. Driveways will be blocked with dump trucks for the day. Organizers are estimating over 1 million visitors along Boston's waterfront. That's very, very, very impressive. And that's really all I have.
Thank you, David.
So they're going to block off Commercial Street?
It's going to be at least,
The driveway.
they're going to have screening areas, and the driveways will be blocked with dump trucks.
The streets are not going to be closed. You will not be able to
Nice
stop
to
or
know. Can
park.
I park in front of my house?
Probably not. Probably
Not
not.
on Commercial
No.
Street by Lewis Wharf probably, I don't know.
Just that one day.
What about the bike lane? Can I use the bike lane?
Probably.
All day long.
All right.
I have a general question about buses and sales. Does anyone know if they're gonna be in full sail when they come into the harbor, or do they?
Yes.
when they
start.
There's going to be a parade on Saturday.
Yeah, I knew that, I was just afraid they would.
Depends on the weather.
Yeah, if there's no wind, obviously, there'll have to be something else.
Well, I'll pray for them.
Yeah, it's windy.
Also now going to have a report from Jennifer Crampton, who has some good news to report for us.
This is just a quick update on Lewis Wharf. Get ready to applaud, everybody. The DEP issued their final ruling stating that the hotel that is proposed around Lewis Wharf will not be able to be built as proposed. The pile field isn't buildable to the extent that the developers originally believed. So the project shoreline would be much smaller than they had originally proposed. So that's great news, really exciting. Thank you to everybody who put so much time into working on this. And we just have to remain vigilant as to any future proposals that might come in. There is still land there that can be built on, and there is still a smaller part of the pile fill that could be built on. So we'll keep an eye on it, keep everyone informed, but that's great news, and there's information in the Globe, and Save Our and Waterfront has sent out notices, and if anybody wants to get onto that list, let us know. So.
The property that developers own outright is about 2.5 acres approximately.
Right.
How much of that is the parking lot area, you know?
If anyone else knows, feel free to jump in, but I think largely.
It's mostly the
that's-
parking lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could still put up a hotel in the parking lot if they wanted.
They could, yeah. I mean, I don't know what's doable, but there is still the potential to develop there. So it's not, gone, but it being built out over the harbor is gone, which is a huge victory, so
Right.
thank you.